So what is Adam Crisafulli watching? Well, let's ask him. He is the founder of Vital Knowledge. Joins us now. Adam, we laid out a lot of data, a lot of earnings. Maybe there's something else. What are you watching?
Yeah, I would say a couple of other major events to watch next week are going to be two Supreme Court events. So there'll be a hearing in the Lisa Cook case. So this will pertain to Fed independence, which actually saw a big boost this week despite the Powell lawsuit. And then we could get the IEEPA tariff decision as soon as Tuesday. It's unclear exactly when that will hit. Trump will be going to Davos next week and unveiling this big housing stimulus proposal. I think a lot of the major pieces of that have already been kind of floated, so I doubt there'll be huge surprises, but there are some potential wild cards. I think those are kind of going to be some of the big wild card events for next week, in addition to all the ones you mentioned.
How big of a deal is that Supreme Court, I said SCOTUS, Supreme Court tariff ruling to you and the markets?
I think it's pretty important. I think the market widely expects that IEEPA tariffs to be struck down. And then the real question becomes how quickly and aggressively does the White House put in place replacement? So we actually asked to address this today with a little bit more specificity than anyone in the White House has so far. He said there'd be an immediate 10% tariff replacement imposed, and then over time, they would replace some of the other tariffs with other legal statutes. So that would suggest the immediate tariff burden will go down. And then given how the White House is pivoting pretty aggressively to this affordability program ahead of the midterms, they might not rush to put the full tariff burden back in place, at least not until November.
On the earnings side, we talked about Netflix a bit earlier. Any of those names that you're more specifically looking at, Adam?
Yeah, I think Intel will be very important. Intel's had a huge rally lately for a variety of reasons, but primarily because of optimism around the foundry business. So, Intel has made a huge push in recent years. They haven't had a ton of success, but in the last just couple of months, there's been a lot of anticipation, hope about, potentially for some big customers to be announced for that foundry business, and for that to become a more meaningful part of the revenue and earnings stream at that company. So Intel will definitely be a major one to watch.
Yeah, and we got the PCE. I was kind of joking about the Fed's preferred inflation gauge because honestly, we're going to have a new Fed chair in a couple of months. So I don't want to downplay the data, but how closely are you going to be watching it? Because I don't even know what the Fed's going to look like in a couple of months.
No, that's a great point. There's been a pretty hawkish shift in Fed expectations in the last couple of weeks, for a variety of reasons. But a big part has been data. We've had decent growth data and inflation data. The inflation numbers this week were slightly cooler than anticipated, but inflation's still running a bit above expectations. So I think the data is going to continue along that trajectory. The market, the odds of the next cut not happening until July crept up a decent amount this week. So it's either June or July right now is what the market's assuming. And so I think people are going to watch to see if the data confirms that trend or causes a dovish reversal.
Yeah, and I know, listen, I'm obviously an energy guy. I love watching a lot of the energy tells because it's truly global. But SLB on Friday, I think, really could be interesting because they are exposed to Venezuela. I know, it was this quarter we took out Maduro, so it won't reflect on the fourth quarter numbers. But what they say, I wonder what they say might be interesting because SLB is Chevron's partner in Venezuela. I'm just throwing that out there. I think it could be more telling than normal.
No, absolutely. I mean, they could give a good indication of, how serious or how rapid, spending is going to happen on the ground in Venezuela to increase production. And also SLB, not as much as Baker Hughes, but SLB has been highlighting lately some of its, data center exposure, some of its tech-focused businesses. And that's been a big help for that stock in addition to Venezuela.
Yeah, certainly is. A lot of the earnings. Netflix, do you care? How closely? Is it Netflix a Netflix thing or is it a market thing?
I think it's kind of more of a company-specific thing, but there's also, remember, it's not just the earnings. We're probably going to get an update on the Warner bid process. There has been talk in the media about potential changes to its bid to make it more appealing to the Warner shareholders. So I think it's going to be two components of that, the earnings report and then plus kind of an update on the management's thinking around Warner Brothers.